wise man once said, the will to win, the desire to succeed,
What takes guts is to put yourself on the line.
the urge to reach your full potential.
A leader makes the way.
These are the keys that will unlock the door to personal excellence. Success Resources is the world's leading events promoter of business, personal development, and wealth creation programs. For over 30 years, we've helped over 10 million people across 30 countries unlock their full potential. From North America to Europe, to Africa, to Asia, to Oceania, we are the key to your personal success. We open the door to the world's best speakers, such as Anthony Robbins, Sir Richard Branson, Robert Kiyosaki, and T. Harv Eker, to name a few. Praised by Donald Trump for being the world's best, we have over 500 events a year and access to the greatest thinkers, achievers, and motivators of our time. We guide you to the success that lies in every one of us.
But you will not discover your greatness in your comfort zone.
You have to have confidence in yourself.
We have never really truly reached our destination. There's always another level to strive for. Your best is yet to come. Success Resources, your learning partners.
Hello. Welcome back. Welcome to another Bitcoin journey to 100,000. Hopefully you guys are doing good. I say that every day. I do wish everyone is doing well. Well. Bitcoin is, the market is going green, up. In fact, Bitcoin is going to hit on the way to 42,000, right? So in the midst of this Russian-Ukraine war, there are serious impacts to the world and financial market. First of all, oil price is going up to the roof, and then there's this Biden executive order on crypto that is to sign this week, and how is it going to impact us, right? And also Bitcoin, just 1-2 hours ago, is going up 41, 42. Why is it that it's going up? So let's discuss. My name is Richard Tan from Success Resources. We're the world leading education provider every week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. This is streamed live on Facebook and on YouTube. We are making video tracking the incredible journey of Bitcoin to 100,000. So if this is a journey you like to follow, make sure you subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the button, and also the notification bell. So whenever we have a video, you are the first to know. I like to bring my friend Dr. Clemen to the program. He is no stranger to many of you here because he's an authority in financial investing and a very well-known teacher to many thousands and thousands of students all over the world. Welcome, Dr. Clemen.
Yes, Richard, welcome back. And today is mid of the week. This week, we're not going to sleep that much. There's so many things happening. And yesterday, I was in the market until about 4 a.m. this morning. So many things has happened, especially for the energy market. So this week is going to be a moment, a tipping point, because we are talking about crypto market as well as the commodities market, and most importantly, all this leading to the impetus of the Russian invasion into Ukraine. And how do we tie all this together? Kind of very confusing for everybody. And that's the reason why we have this show for you. Yes, Richard, we are ready.
Wow, thank you, Dr. Clemen. Wow, Dr. Clemen, you trained up to 4 a.m. this morning and you still look fresh and energetic. Next time you want to ask what your wife are giving you, okay? So that is another session. Now, the big headline, of course, is the oil and energy, right? There is this news, scary news that come out that says that oil price may hit $300 a barrel. I remember, when we are talking about oil price going to 150, it's already very scary. And that is like an all-time high. It's like after the Gulf War, it's this kind of things, like we never see this kind of price before. Now we are talking about 300. That would be unthinkable, but well, maybe we are heading there. So Dr. Clemen, question to you is, let's talk about what may be driving the oil price higher and how is it going to impact consumer around the world.
Yes, really fascinating question to begin with. And I've been putting a lot of thoughts into this energy market. And thankfully, for over the past 20 years, I've enjoyed the kind of the oil crisis that happened in the past that kind of prepare us for today. So step one, what we need to do is to take a look in the history of our generation when the oil price first break $100 per barrel. Here we go. I'm opening up the crude oil chart. As you can see, right now it's kind of a rocket like crazy. We have never seen such an unprecedented move that goes like this, and then there's a vertical climb. And looks like it's not going to stop there. In fact, the projection is $300. Now, let us put our minds and wrap together to apply the thinking. Is $300 a possibility? So I'm going to show you my steps right here. Step one, I'm going to click on the maximum to see the historical crude oil prices. Here we go. And once I click on maximum, kind of a really easy, you can just move left and right. And you can see the first time when oil broke $100, right over here, that was the historical movement. And I kind of adjust the charts really nicely for everyone, and you can enjoy, all right? So this was the first time it broke 100. And Richard, the most amazing part was that was the year 2008. At this point in time, first time it broke 100, I was live on the floor of Chicago Mercantile Exchange. In fact, they are all kind of neighbors to each other. Chicago Board Option Exchange, Chicago Board of Trade, Chicago Mercantile Exchange. And I was just walking through the floor as an invited guest, and suddenly all the market makers start screaming, wow, everybody's went crazy. I say, what's going on? The oil price just broke $100 per barrel. And I say, what? And they are so excited. The market makers were so excited. And a few of them quickly rush out the exchange, go out to the outside the building and start taking off their cigars and start chomping away. Boom, boom, boom. And I say, what's going on? And I begin to understand the whole reality about energy prices. It is not determined by demand or supply. It is determined by a bunch of traders who want to see oil price break 100. They were betting really, really big on oil price breaking 100. And that was on this point. I was there. And straight after 100, we can kind of navigate right up to the top. We kind of hit at an all-time high about close to $150, all right? So we frame the discussion for today. If oil price could hit $150 back then in the year 2008, my question to all of us today is this. This was the moment in time, 150. Here, let me put a red circle there. And then this is the moment in time right now, we're at 130. So back then, 2008, what were we facing? We were facing a meltdown, the Lehman Brothers meltdown, and then a financial crisis. The entire market kind of sunk into depression because the financial systems couldn't handle it. Guess what? The governments of the day stepped in to salvage the banks because they were too big to fail. So the context for today is this word called too big to fail. I could hear Jade talking. Is it? Hey, Jade. All right. So today's the context is this word, too big to fail. Now, too big to fail, that was the thinking applied in 2008, where the banks were not allowed to fail. The government stepped in, salvaged the bank, infused capital, and that is the start of the quantitative easing era, and spread all the way to current day today, all right? So no war, no sanctions, 2008, oil price hit 150. Today, fast forward to today, do we have a situation of a war crisis? Yes. Do we have a situation of a sanction against an all-time big economy like Russia? Yes. And oil price already touching 130. Just like this, 14 days into the battle, we are $130. So for us to make a proposition In fact, I was just sharing with our students, I think more than likely it will touch 200. But then the big headline came out. Holy moly, we're going to touch 300, not 200. And I take my memory back to 2008. Back then, peak was 150. We have all the double escalation of, number one, higher inflation rates. Number two, higher interest rates. Number three, invasion of Russia into Ukraine and possibly towards Europe. Number four, there's a change of investment style from earnings, from growth versus value companies. So we have all these things happening at the same time, and that is the reason why Russia is too big to fail. That is the main point of today's discussion. It is too big to fail because he is holding everybody by the bee. Why? He is the core exporter of oil and gas. And that is the reason why the Germans didn't dare to enrich Russia. Why? They are saying that, oh, please, we'll try to weed off oil and gas from Russia, but it's going to take some time. Meanwhile, please do not turn off the gas supplying to all across Europe from Nord Stream number 1. And we are all caught in a corner because Russia is too big to fail. We have this situation right now. Now, how do we play a situation like this? This is the point of interest, all right? So I'm going to show you right over here. It's so volatile, like over a span of 2 days. This was posted on 7th of March on a Monday right after the video on the evening. I traded ExxonMobil. I made about $83,000 pure profits, 61.45% in 2 days, just playing on ExxonMobil. Now, if I show you the chart of ExxonMobil, look at this. No different from the crude oil chart. It is right now on a mama, dun, 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 all the way to the top. All right. But this is so volatile because I'm going to show you the second trade. This was the first trade on Monday. And then we have a second trade right here yesterday. I was trading this yesterday, and it's really, really mind-boggling until this morning about 1:30 a.m. I got out of the trade. This trade is supposed to deliver more than $100,000 in profit. But how the heck I only end up with $31,000? Now, I want to show you guys how volatile the market is. Here we go. This was what happened last night. While I was eating peanuts, the price dropped and my fingers couldn't fire off the order fast enough. Look at this, how volatile it is. You have to be watching it, hands-free, bam. At this point, I was up $120,000 pure profit and boom, it just decided to drop like this. So this is clearly not designed for the faint-hearted. It is a very, very fast-moving market. But let's go back to the gist of why Richard asked me this question. You see, this is a really, really change in a milestone of history that's going to impact all of us. So step one. Number one, we realized that, oh my gosh, Russia is too big to fail. Even the US can't bring it down. European NATO allies can't bring it down. This guy going to leave left standing. He's going to be standing strong for sure. This is number one. Number two, last night, President Biden came out with a blanket ban, and this was live covered on CNBC, and we were just waiting for him to go on air. He refused to take questions from the journalists. This is the first time I kind of seen, what the heck, why the president don't want to take questions from the journalists? There's so many things not answered. Because why? Let me tell you why. He's so shy. He's so shy that he couldn't get his allies to agree with him. The only guy, unilateral decision to go and ban Russia oil imports is the United States of America, not the Germans, not the Europeans, no one else. This is the only guy going alone. And he couldn't rally the allies because the allies are all stuck in their corner. Remember, point number one, Russia is too big to fail. Now, what is the impact? Straight away, gasoline pump above $4. Americans straight away felt the pinch. And they quickly do a polling. how do Americans feel about the gas prices shooting above $4 per gallon, right? And they say, we feel justified. This is a moment of liberty for Ukrainians, and they are, always fighting for democracy. They feel justified for now. Wait till the real pinch come in, and I want to show you the real pinch that come in and bring something closer back to home. This is from Singapore, 7th of March. All right, and I want to show you this picture here. Look at the price. It started to move, even though we are so far away. And this is like the current suppliers took advantage of whatever is happening out there and mark up the price. It is happening across the US, it's happening in Singapore, it's happening across the world. This is called price gouging. They're bombing up. I mean, what's the difference between yesterday versus today that your price has to shoot up immediately, right? So President failed to address the question, and he failed to convince the journalists why this is important and why, this is the first time bipartisan, both parties, Republicans and the Democrats, agree on a common notion. But take a step back. We are kind of doing insider trading on the market. And sad to say, right now it's published everywhere from Twitter across the board. Many of the politicians, they have already bought into energy stocks. Seems to be that they already knew this is going to happen. And some of them in their whole life had never bought a single energy stock before. You guess where am I going right now? This is a dangerous game. They are going out there, wow, kick up a big hoo-ha, but they are happily enjoying the profits from the energy stocks that they own. So it's a very, very tricky situation. And from here, kind of flow down to this question, how would the oil price surge and its impact on consumers? Now, of course, if you don't drive a car today, you don't feel the immediate impact. Like for me, I don't feel anything because I'm on electric vehicle. Tesla is still not charging Richard and me because we go to supercharger. It's just free all the time. I do not know why. All right. So over here, this is kind of the chart, oil and gasoline prices on the rise. Then simply, we just got to be more energy efficient in the sense that practice green, start walking, start cycling. Start taking normal public transport if you feel the pain, right? It's a consumer choice. So finally, to sum this up, 3 points to take note of what's happening in the energy market. Number one, I believe that Russia is too big to fail right now. Too many countries are dependent on the oil and gas out of Russia. Not just oil and gas, they are also dependent on what we call the food export, the commodities of food. Wheat is the largest exporter of Russia. And the third one is the commodities of metals. We are talking about three important metals: nickel, lithium, and aluminum. And of course, these are all key components that go into the manufacturing of a lithium battery for the electric vehicle. Right now, everything right now on the table for debate. And that's the reason why there are so many issues. I'll be touching one big topic just on lithium battery alone. We got to study the elements behind it and then to understand why Tesla has a key distinct advantage compared to other players like General Motors and Ford, and how they manage to keep the prices low, sell high, and people are loving Tesla cars all over the world. All right, so many issues for us to think about. And I think this is good for the start. Back to you, Richard.
Thank you, Dr. Clemen. Thank you. Well, even though I'm driving Tesla and not pumping petrol for a while, I still feel that this oil price going up is going to big impact to the world and to consumer. So, Dr. Clemen, President Biden, must be very busy. Like he can't even take questions and it's just war thing, and he have to coordinate all the thing. But still, with all this busyness, he is about to sign an executive order for crypto and Bitcoin. And question to you is, what is this order about? Is it good or bad? And why is the market going up today?
Yes, excellent question, Richard. This is the moment in time in history because of the chain of events. It's so volatile, the market right now. It all got triggered from the first word. And let me just type out the first word so that everybody understand why would the president in all his busyness start thinking about cryptocurrency at this moment? And the word is called sanction. He imposed a sanction. He confiscated the properties, yours of the oligarchs. And he's trying to everything possible to hammer the Russians, but US is going alone, not with the European allies. All right. And one of the areas that perhaps his advisors around him are advising him is there is a leakage, President. The leakage is going through cryptocurrency. And that's the reason why in the middle of the storm, he has to think about, oh my gosh, we are doing everything, but there's a leakage. There's a backdoor. There's a loophole. We got to close the gap. And that's why he's focusing on crypto right now. But what exactly is this all about? Why is there a need? Number one, I believe the President of the United States of America has felt the threat, the immediate threat to the US dollar. And if he still doesn't do anything about it, US dollar will diminish to number 2, number 3, and finally it will become obsolete. That's why he has to take the lead right now to enforce and enlarge the power of the US dollar into the area of what we call a digital currency. So central bank digital currency, CBDC, is the concept behind here. And then we go on to this article right here, all right? He said, this week we're going to sign. And that's why I keep telling you guys, hey guys, you guys are sleeping too much. This week, there's no time to sleep. There's a lot of things happening, all right? Once this order goes out, and he said this last night, I was watching live, all right, as in maybe about 12 midnight this morning, about 1 a.m. this morning. Bitcoin didn't move that much because I was trading Bitcoin. So let me come back to here, right? I was trading Bitcoin at about 11 o'clock. So this was my trade, and I fired off the trade at 11:22 p.m. just before it hit the 12 midnight clock because I wanted to dedicate to all the women of the world. Yesterday was the International Women's Day. And in Asia, we translate March 8, that equals to 3/8, or otherwise known as 三八妇女节. And March is 3, 8 is 8. So 38 is the prosperous price I was looking at last night. I said, okay, let me do something for all the women in my life that have made me a better man, kind of really nurtured me along the years. And we can't do without women. So I bought Bitcoin 38,800, dedicated to all women of the world. At that point, I still could get my order in 38,802.85. All right. So let me show you what's the price of Bitcoin right now. Ready? Here we go. Boom! At 11 o'clock, this was like mama, 11 o'clock. I mean, I was around here. I was trading around here, all right? And President Biden also made the announcement there's a crypto order coming this week. Price refused to move. What happened this morning at around 11 o'clock Singapore time? The price shot up. Ding! And right now we are looking at 41,884, $41,884. What is the trigger? All right, so I'm going to formulate the thoughts for all of us right now to kind of connect the dots, and you can see the volume below is not just from retail investors. This is coming from institutional investors. We're talking about 2,000 coins of Bitcoin were bought within a 15-minute span of time. Now, there's a lot of money involved right here, right? It's not a small players. This is big players coming in. So we're going to go back right over here. This is Biden. I was with him and I bought Bitcoin. And then next thing is this. This morning, there was a leakage. probably by the intern of Janet Yellen. She released a report not supposed to go live, and then they quickly took it down from the website, but it's too late. Many of the crypto players already capture it, put it onto NFT forever. It's on the blockchain. Nobody can cheat on it. All right. So this is how fast the crypto market is working. No time to sleep. So right over here, Bitcoin hit 41,000 after Yellen's crypto statement inadvertently published early. And we got a whole bunch of experts coming in to decipher the hidden message. Gemini's Winklevoss twins said, based on Yellen's remarks, the impending crypto order, which is supposed to be signed by President Joe Biden this week, is positive and supports responsible innovation. See where we are coming at right now? And you see this mama chart right here is kind of I'm blessed by the woman of the world. I bought Bitcoin because of women, and right now the blessing came back. And then you kind of look over here. Everything is about innovation, but this is all a shadow. The real intent I share with you guys is because to protect the sovereignty of the US dollar, they need to step into the digital domain. Triggered by what? The sanctions. The sanctions has unveiled weaknesses in the current US financial system. One big patch they have not kind of fortified is the area of digital currency. So, I mean, there are many points raised, very, very good points raised here. But then again, the main point is this. Here we go. The main point is right over here. The statement dated March of 9th was posted on the Treasury Department's website on Tuesday night and was taken down shortly after it was published. So this is the big statement. Let me read out to all of us. While Yellen's comments have revealed a balanced approach, concerns about crypto's use for illicit financing persist. The executive order will address risks related to illicit finance, protecting consumer and investors, and preventing threats to the financial system and broader economy. This is the one that they are really protecting. All right, triggered by the word sanctions and so powerful. So from this idea, we're going to connect one more dot before I hand over back to Richard. There's so many dots we need to connect right now. And here is the dot. Bitcoin will benefit from new monetary world order, predicts Credit Suisse. Kind of a deja vu also kind of released yesterday. So yesterday, 3 major releases. Credit Suisse, everybody was just blasting about Credit Suisse statement that Bitcoin will be the de facto monetary system in the future. Number 2, President Joe Biden kind of announced yesterday in the press conference there will be a signing of a crypto order this week. Number 3, Janet Yellen, probably the intern, kind of leaked out her original report too early, all right? Thereby pushing Bitcoin to above 41,000. But reading on this Credit Suisse report, I'm going to lead you to the most important point. Here we go. He spoke about the Bretton Woods tree, and because this all really started from the original beginning, all right? It started from gold right over here. This is the paragraph. The agreement established between 144 delegates of 44 countries pegged the US dollar's value to that of gold. So the moment you read any mention of the US dollars, you know the US will go all out to defend their dollar. That is their financial weapon of choice against their adversaries, for their allies, and so on. Everybody have to trade on US dollars. This is the golden rule imposed by United States of America, right? And of course, because back then they pegged to gold, but the agreement collapsed in early 1970s, the world moved on to a standard backed by inside money, known as the treasuries, which Pozza calls the Bretton Woods number 2, all right? So you have this backdrop, and then you go on down. The most important part is right here. People's Bank of China as the backstop. Dun, 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 dun. All right. So what is this? The bank also argued that unlike 2008, Western central banks cannot backstop the commodity spread since they are the ones imposing the sanctions in the first place. As such, the ones that will be incentivized to arbitrage the spread are Russian allies, namely the People's Bank of China. So when I come across this word, so many emotions came about because, you know, it was kind of connecting the dots for me of the work I've done in the past. And I want to show you guys this picture. This picture was taken in 2018, right? And back then, this man is the most powerful man in the area of digital currency electronic payment, DCEP. He was the key guy, right? Let me read out to you. The digital currency chief departs to lead Securities Clearinghouse. His name is called Yao Qian from PBOC, and I was one of the 30 invited into this fintech forum, closed door. First thing he asked the room was, any journalists in the room? And then we say, no journalists. They say, okay, then we can speak freely, all right? So that's how I got involved into digital currency really, really deep because of what he shared. He unveiled certain things that got me thinking China will probably take the lead in this financial system. So you can connect this photo of me with him back in 2018, fast forward to today to Credit Suisse. They are talking about PBOC as the backdrop. And all this will just lead to something, all right? Here we go. Bitcoin has a supply of 21 million coins and is not controlled by any single party or nation state. Now, this statement is not true. Let me explain to you the concept of this statement. You say it's not controlled by any single party or nation state. It depends on each country holding how many Bitcoins. Now, if you hold 50% of the 21 million, you are calling the shots already. So everybody is on stealth mode. So all of you, please do not be blindsided. You are not competing with other YouTube viewers looking at our video right now. You're not competing with your friends or your colleagues. The real competition you are having is with the countries of the world. Because everybody will embrace this idea and they know if I want to have an advantage of my currency leverage, I need to own more Bitcoin. This is the moment in time, all right? So this has led to many people believing that Bitcoin will operate like the digital gold or other safe haven assets in times of crisis as it matures. Some have expected this paradigm shift for a long time, especially by Jack Dorsey, who claimed last year that Bitcoin will replace the US dollar. The bullish case is interesting coming from Credit Suisse, which has previously criticized Bitcoin for being anonymous. So right now, all roads lead to Bitcoin. And that is the mama moment for this week. Back to you, Richard.
Thank you, Dr. Clemen. Well, Dr. Clemen, before we go to the last question, I just want to touch on a prediction. I mean, prediction are come and go, etc. But this guy is a little bit special because he was the former White House director, right, working for President Trump. So I would say that there is a bit more heavyweight, etc. And his name is called Scary Munchie. Scary Munchie is a former White House director. And he recently just came out with a comment that Bitcoin will touch 100,000 this year and 500,000 in the long run. So, question to you, Dr. Clemen, is what is the basis of this statement, you know?
Yes, excellent, Richard, because everybody right now kind of get distracted by this whole Russian-Ukraine crisis, get distracted by the inflation, get distracted by gasoline prices, get distracted by many, many things. But at the core of what we are doing right now, we are talking about wealth creation, generational wealth. If you guys are serious about it, then of course there are many prediction of price levels of Bitcoin laid all over the planet. From mainstream media, social media, from your friends, from your colleagues, even from your neighbors, they are probably talking about it. But here we go. Everybody has their basis of what is the future price point. And you will start to triangulate and find that, oh my gosh, Why is Scaramucci very close to Katie Woods? Why is Katie Woods very close to Jack Dorsey? Why is Jack Dorsey very close to Elon Musk? And everybody kind of pointing to Michael Saylor, and Michael Saylor point to Mr. Wonderful, and Mr. Wonderful right now point to Joe Biden, Joe Biden point to Janet Yellen. This is the work of triangulation. You don't have to hear from one person, you triangulate from one person to the rest. What he's saying is that, here we go, 500,000 in the long run, very clearly. And he was the former White House Director of Communication and a well-known Bitcoin bull. And he said the coin could reach 100,000 this year. Now, all this touch and go, it all boils down to one thing. Because we have a fixed supply of 21 million Bitcoin. And just slow down for a moment. I want to give you all the context. And the context is this, all right? I started asking myself this question. How many countries are there listed under United Nations? All right, just think about it. Follow with me on a train of thoughts, and then I hope you guys have the breakthrough. And I did a quick search. Here we go. Today, we have 193 countries officially listed as a member of the United Nations. And of course, there are some other countries forever will be rejected by UN, for example, like Taiwan and so on, or North Korea, okay? Now you take 193 countries, and then we put out a very beautiful number. That is called 21 million Bitcoins. If every country out there, based on the treasury or the cash they have in their coffers, go out there to buy 1 million Bitcoin, because remember, it's not 100% decentralized in the sense the guy who controls a higher percentage will call the shots. Just like the guy who got more nuclear warheads called the shots. Just the guy with the bigger gun, bigger cannon called the shots. It's the law of nature. Every country, 193 of them, go in to buy 1 million Bitcoin. Not enough. It's simply not enough. They have to own it somehow along the way down the road. It is not enough. So what is the meaning of not enough? Supply remains the same at 21 million. Demand keeps going up because eventually they have to peg their currency with the digital gold called Bitcoin. Just like how they peg against the gold. They have to buy the actual gold ingots, put in their country's coffers. What will happen to the price? This is the debate that we have been having. So, you know, this is the moment in time, any positive news that you've seen today, like from the leak of Janet Yellen, Bitcoin shot to 41,000. Imagine what happened if the order has been passed for the crypto by President Joe Biden and say, US, we are right now on the path to launch our digital dollar. What's going to happen then? Would you be before, during, or after such key trigger events as they roll out? That's the most important thing that we have to reflect upon. Back to you, Richard.
Thank you, Dr. Clemen. Dr. Clemen, on Tuesday, the Thailand cabinet actually released the rule to relax tax law for investment in digital currency in Thailand. This is to promote and develop the industry following a surge in the demand in cryptocurrency in Thailand. Now, question to you is this. Do you see more countries becoming more friendly to crypto? And since it's the last question, I would like to ask you to give a comment, your comment on what do you see the future of crypto moving forward?
Yes, absolutely, Richard. That's a very, very good question. First of all, we take a breather from our neighboring countries like Thailand, all right? Thailand approves related tax rules for digital assets. Malaysia, likewise, is going through that path. And of course, if you look around just the Asia region, everybody will be pressured. They will not be going to be like take my own sweet time. They'll be pressured to jump on the bandwagon. And those countries that are really ahead of the rest, for them to roll out to their population, it is much more efficient. So what is the thinking behind the rollout? First, Asia, you've seen this. Why? Perhaps they've seen the Ukrainian crisis, right? Everybody start to flee and kind of put forward the thesis that digital currency is the way moving forward into the future. So I also put forward to you the thesis about the fixed supply of 21 million Bitcoin. And not only that, behind the scenes, if you take a look at this report, all right, this report says that retail investors now hold all-time high 29. This is 1 billion 20 1 million. This is $29 billion worth of Bitcoin. 29 billion, 29B, all right? And we are still not back to the $1 trillion market cap yet, all right? It's price point about 53,000 per coin, then we break the $1 trillion market cap. So by the time it crosses 1 trillion market cap, it'll be too late for retail investors. I can tell you this is always the point in time, the real test. Now, if you also take another article that we've seen right here by Mr. Wonderful Kevin O'Leary, US lawmakers working on policy to open crypto markets to institutional investors. That is the purpose of the President Joe Biden's crypto order for this week. That is the reason why Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen has a leakage of her documents today. All this pointing to what? If we want to really slap President Putin left, right, center, and 100% foolproof the sanctions on Russia, we have to go this route. That's the way I've been reading it. Because we've been talking about regulations since donkey years away. Why this week everybody rushing? Because President Putin put everyone together. So try to see the good out of the bad. And you can see this is the real trigger point. They are trying to close the loop. And I think this loop is so important for the development of innovation because they said it themselves best. What do I mean by they said it themselves best? Here we go. And I want to show you guys this article. Should the Federal Reserve add Bitcoin to its balance sheet? By Senator Cynthia Lummis and a former Federal Reserve Vice Chair recently discussed whether the US Central Bank should hold Bitcoin on its balance sheet. This is a woman that's voting on the FOMC meetings, okay? So we got to really catch what is the drift she's talking about. And here we go. I bring you right to the important point and over here. All right. While adding Bitcoin to the Fed's balance sheet may seem like a fun idea to some sharing in exuberance over numbers go up, the problem comes more from the comparison of the two key capitalization. The Fed's balance sheet value has fallen to $9 trillion in value, nearly double where it was barely 3 years ago, while Bitcoin struggles to maintain a $1 trillion market cap. And that's the reason why they are advocating to look at Bitcoin putting into the balance sheet. And of course, the most important part of the strength of Bitcoin is the transparency of the blockchain. You can catch more criminals using blockchain than any other instruments. So this is the big sum up. And, you know, I'm really excited because, you know, Richard is asking, what should we do today with all this information at hand? So I'm going to kind of show you one trick that I use. And this is really simple. I go to Twitter and I kind of search for Bitcoin, hashtag Bitcoin. And here we go. We are flooded, literally flooded. Everybody out here talking about Bitcoin, all the thesis. If you want to read up, there's many things to read up, all right? But I want to caution you. All this is already covered in our videos. We've done over 100 videos, Richard and myself together. We've done over 100 videos already. What is the big takeaway is this. You are afraid. You are afraid of the unknown because you do not know enough. So my encouragement to you is there are 3 things you can do. Number 1, go and watch every single one of our YouTube video, you know, about Bitcoin spiking to $100,000. Go and watch it. And every single video, we kind of rigorously, Richard will ask me some very, very powerful questions, and I have to respond on the spot live on the show. We've done over 100 episodes. Now, watching the video is one part of it. Number two, after you watch, you go and triangulate the data, right? Whatever I said, whatever Richard said, whatever the news article said, you go out there and search on your own, you triangulate. Then the final part is, what is your war chest? Because you can read all the things that you want, you still don't buy a single Bitcoin, sorry, you are still out of the game. What is your war chest? What is your allocation into Bitcoin? And how do you see it? So this is the part I think is the most important, really, really practical. Some people possess all the technical knowledge and know-how, but they only own like 0.5 Bitcoin. I say, what? You know so much thing and you only bought 0.5 Bitcoin. I kind of scratch my head. That means you know, but you're not convinced. Some people got no technical knowledge, never even know about anything, got the idea, straight away went in to buy $1 million worth of Bitcoin. Which category of investor do you belong to? That's my question to you right now. And how much money out there in your past that you kind of plunk into many other areas, like buying a car that depreciates in value every year, buying some lousy investment schemes out there that you got scammed, and probably set up many new businesses that kind of fail within the first year. How much of those wasted money? You think about it, all right? And that's what's driving me about this whole exercise of Bitcoin. So much wasted money in the past. If you collect all them back and say, I put it into Bitcoin, maybe you stand a bigger chance. Yes, Richard, that's the end of today's.
Thank you, Dr. Clemen. Here you are, Bitcoin journey to 100,000 for this Wednesday event. We do our best to research facts and data from the market and present to each and every one of you. With the facts and data, you can make informed decisions for your financial future. We remain bullish on Bitcoin. Secret to success is wake up early, work hard like Dr. Clemen, and own Bitcoin. Till we meet again on Friday. Thank you so much. God bless.
We believe that investing in our education
has the highest leverage and is the greatest equalizer.
Regardless of background, everyone can have the same opportunities in education.
We believe in doing what is right, not what is easy.
We believe in anything that is worth doing, we do it with passion and excellence.
We believe that happiness is the key to success.
If you love what you're doing, you're already successful. And that both success and failure are temporary, worth sharing about and even celebrating.
That said, we believe we have had our fair share of both.
Yay!
We believe that when the market is tough, we can be tougher.
We believe the best product should win, not the best sales pitch.
We believe that winners are winners because they don't quit.
We believe that the biggest sin is to make learning boring.
We believe in making decisions and owning our results.
We believe in innovation to continue to provide value to all around us.
We believe that together, everyone achieves more.
We believe that real leaders don't create followers, they create more leaders.
We believe that we can learn from our competitors.
We believe that women work harder, do better, and are more committed.
We believe it's okay to be proven wrong.
It's okay to change your mind.
And it's okay to cry when you're having a really rough day.
We believe in giving everyone the benefit of the doubt.
We believe in always saying please and thank you.
We believe that if dreaming is free, then we should dream big.
And then working hard to achieve it.
We believe that if we have knowledge, it's our duty to pass it down.
We believe that we shouldn't teach something we ourselves don't believe in.
We believe it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
We believe in saying sorry and meaning what we say.
We believe in being high-tech, means adding a human touch.
We believe that no one has all the answers.
Not even us.
But we go find out and we learn.
We believe that learning never ends, and once you stop learning,
you start dying.
We believe that one person
or one great idea
can change the world.
That's why we believe in helping you grow and succeed.
And with your help, we can change lives globally.
We believe.
We believe. We believe.
Thank you for your belief in us.